In a significant display of shifting global power dynamics, China, India, and Russia convened at the Tianjin Summit, signaling their collective intent to challenge the long-standing dominance of the United States. This gathering, held with considerable geopolitical fanfare, brought together the leaders of these three influential nations to discuss a range of issues, from economic cooperation to strategic security. The primary agenda behind this summit was to forge a more robust multipolar world order, one that reduces reliance on Western-led institutions and creates alternative frameworks for international governance and trade. Discussions reportedly centered on strengthening bilateral and multilateral ties, enhancing trade corridors that bypass traditional Western financial systems, and coordinating positions on key global issues to present a united front against perceived American unilateralism. The leaders emphasized the importance of sovereign development path and non-interference in internal affairs, principles that stand in contrast to the conditionalities often associated with Western engagement. The Tianjin Summit served as a powerful platform for these nations to articulate their visions for a recalibrated global order. They highlighted the need for greater representation of emerging economies and developing nations in international decision-making bodies, arguing that the current architecture disproportionately favors a few established powers. This collective push is driven by a desire to have their economic and strategic weight reflected more accurately on the world stage. For China, the summit was an opportunity to solidify its leadership in a non-Western bloc and advance its Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to create vast infrastructure networks across Eurasia and Africa. India, while maintaining its strategic autonomy, sees value in collaborating with these powers to diversify its foreign policy options and enhance its influence. Russia, facing extensive Western sanctions, views such alignment as crucial for offsetting its isolation and securing new economic partnership. The joint statements from the summit underscores a commitment to fostering a more equitable and balanced international system, one where the voice of the global South carry greater weight. A major outcome of this strategic alignment is the formal establishment of the Global Governance Initiative, GGI, an organization explicitly formed to counter what its founders described as the West's hegemonic dominance. The GGI has now officially opened its enrollment to other nations, inviting countries that share its vision of a multipolar world to join its rank. The role of the GGI is envisioned as a comprehensive alternative to existing Western-dominated institutions, offering new frameworks for economic cooperations, security, dialogue, and cultural exchange. Its vision is to create a more inclusive and representative global governance structure where decisions are made through broader consensus rather than the dictates of a few powerful nations. The reasons for its formations are rooted in a perceived imbalance of power, the feeling that Western nations have unduly shaped international norms and institutions to their own advantage, and a desire among many non-Western states for greater autonomy and self-determination in global affairs. President Xi Jinping of China has been officially declared as the leader of the Global Governance Initiative, a move that solidifies China's growing influence in shaping a new international order. Under Xi's leadership, the GGI is expected to aggressively pursue its agenda of promoting alternative development models and challenging the supremacy of Western-centric norms. The GGI's enrollment drive is targeting nations in Africa, Latin America, and parts of Asia that have historically felt marginalized by existing global institutions or have expressed dissatisfaction with Western foreign policy. By offering a new platform, the GGI aims to attract a broad coalition of states seeking to rebalance global power. The initiative's focus will likely include promoting trade in local currency to reduce reliance on the US dollar, establishing new financial mechanisms, and fostering security cooperation that is independent of traditional Western alliance. The formation of the GGI marks a clear intent by its founding members to actively construct a new architecture for global governance that challenges the status quo. Further reinforcing this strategic alignment, President Xi Jinping, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Russian President Vladimir Putin also converged at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit. While the SCO has long been a regional security bloc, this particular meeting, following closely on the heels of the Tianjin Summit and the GGI's formation, carried significant symbolic and substantive weight. Many analysts view this gathering as more than just a routine show of strength against the US. It is seen as a deliberate and coordinated effort to project an image of a cohesive, powerful, and alternative geopolitical pole. The discussions at the SCO likely dwell into regional security concerns, counterterrorism efforts, and enhanced economic cooperation, all within the broader context of creating a non-Western-centric security and economic zone. The presence of all three leaders at both the Tianjin Summit and the SCO meeting underscores a unified strategic directions. The combined effect of the Tianjin Summit, the launch of the GGI, and the high-profile SCO meeting indicates a determined push by China, India, and Russia to institutionalize the challenge to US dominance. This is not merely rhetorical. It involves concrete steps to build alternative structures and foster greater integration among like-minded states. The United States, under President Donald Trump and his administration, with figures like Secretary of State Marco Rubio and United States Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, are closely monitoring these developments. The U.S. response is likely to involve a combination of strengthening existing alliances, particularly with nations in Asia, and continuing to promote the benefits of the current international system. The formation of the GGI, with Xi at its helm, represents a direct challenge to the Western-led order and signals a new era of intensified geopolitical competition. The vision for the GGI is not just about economic or security cooperation. It also encompasses a cultural and ideological component. The initiative seeks to promote a worldview that emphasizes national sovereignty, diverse political systems, and non-interference, often contrasting these with what it perceives as Western attempts to impose universal values. This ideological framing is crucial for attracting member states who may feel that their unique national characteristics are not sufficiently respected within the current global framework. The reasons for joining the GGI for many countries will extend beyond economic benefits to include a desire for greater political autonomy and a voice in shaping international norms. The implications for global trade, finance, and security are profound. The GGI's potential to establish alternative financial systems, for instance, could challenge the supremacy of the US dollar and Western financial institutions. Similarly, its security framework could offer an alternative to NATO and other Western-aligned defense pacts. The coming month will be critical in observing how many nations choose to enroll in the GGI and what concrete steps the organization takes under Xi's leadership to realize its ambitious vision. The convergence of Xi, Modi, and Putin at multiple high-level forums signals a clear and present challenges to the existing global order, marking a pivotal moment in international relations where the balance of power is actively being reconfigured. That's all for me for today. If you like the video presentation and you would like to follow for more, hit that subscribe and like button now, and we will continue to build this show for you. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. Bye for now.